Chapter 23. The battle between me and Klarion the Witchboy became seemingly apocalyptic in scale as the Chaos Lord met my Ceros with reality-distorting waves of crimson energy that would turn the pillars of energy into taffy, wine, a river of cats, or even threw the energy straight back to me. My blows launched with all my strength slammed the minor demiurge through the ground so hard I am sure we set off seismic sensors, not to say anything of the titanic explosions caused by my Ceros and spiritual energy burning away the spells he tried to use to easily incapacitate. But even with the massive amount of property damage we were causing as our battle inevitably spread out past the park and into the city of Salem, Massachusetts. No, no, no. You are ruining my fun. Klarion screamed hysterically as I once again blasted him with a Cero through a small office tower. I didn't want to lie, but you made me do it. You made me a liar, and now I have to kill you for breaking my word not to kill you. The Chaos Lord roared with a demonic taint distorting his voice. As the Chaos Lord came out of the smoking wreckage of the office tower, I blasted him through. I saw his face's skin had become taut with hard lines in it, and more importantly his eyes had sunk in and become smaller, with his pupils changing from his previous dull black eyes to glowing red-slitted pupils. I know with how Atlantis kicked you out for being too stupid to join their magic school that you never got a real education, but did you know people die when they are killed? I asked, and the Chaos Lord froze at the pure stupidity of what I just said. Allow me to sonido just above him and bring down my heel down in a brutal axe kick that shattered Clarion's skull and neck as he was smashed into the rubble beneath us. Cero! I yelled as I shot a deluge of purple spirit energy into the clearly pissed off form of Klarion as his chaotic taint bloomed into existence like a super scion would outpour his ki. No longer was Klarion playing at being a powerful magician. Now he was fully mantled in his natural essence of a Chaos Lord, and our battle across Salem obviously spilled over across the city and claimed innocent lives as the Chaos Lord's deluge of chaotic energies, even with me doing nothing, would horrifically morph the surroundings as reality itself buckled under the power of the immortal Klarion. Not that I wasn't causing my own damage, and honestly, I probably was killing more people as my fully unleashed spiritual energy snuffed out the souls of the people too close to me, and I couldn't reel it in as I would very quickly lose the fight due to Clarion's essence constantly attempting to taint and morph me, with only my outpouring spiritual pressure destroying his chaotic energies that attempted to infect me. To say nothing of any Ceros that Klarion knocked aside and exploded where they shouldn't. But our battle was interrupted as a couple blurs smashed Klarion into the ground before the Chaos Lord roared in fury at interlopers interfering with our battle, and a massive pillar of crimson energy was shot into the sky, throwing aside the two people that tackled him. Even as I watched the forms of Superman and Wonder Woman collect themselves in the air, I couldn't help but watch as the air began to rain crimson drops of water like blood, and I needed to output even more spiritual pressure to keep the condensed chaotic taint from infecting me. Superman! Destroy the clouds. Otherwise, the whole city is going to be doomed and everyone will die. I yelled as I began shooting Ceros like airbursts into the clouds that dispersed and more importantly broke apart the chaos energies infecting the clouds themselves. Superman only needed to look down to see the effects of the chaos energy tainted land as crabs the size of tanks broke out of their cages to tear apart their human captors. Humans morphed into monsters, and in some of the clouds, instead of the chaos-infused raindrops, they were so saturated they were raining bloated cats and dogs that would burst open as they impacted the ground, sending the highly acidic remains of the animals everywhere. To put it lightly, it was chaotic. Wonder Woman was fully capable of beating on the Chaos Lord like a drum, and with her divine protections from the Green Pantheon she was immune to the chaotic taint of Klarion. But her lasso couldn't bind the personification of untamed chaos, so their battle raged on while me and Superman quickly destroyed the infected clouds, with Superman shooting massive heat beams from his eyes that could break through the magic in the clouds. Once the clouds seemed to be cleared, I performed a sonido behind Klarion in stereotypical Bleach fashion, and then with a roar I shoved my hand through the back of Klarion and ripped out his black heart inlaid with red veins, making the Chaos Lord vomit blood before he burst into laughter, and in response to my umpteenth lethal wound to him, I was backhanded by some invisible hand and the fist-sized hole in his chest disappeared as though it was never there. Even as I was smashed into the ground hard enough to feel the sewers beneath me collapse, I couldn't help but smile as my plan finally came to fruition. With another Sun-Ida, I dashed off to the side into an alley, and I heard Klarion scream again as I roughly grabbed the nape of the Chaos Lord's familiar. "Let go of my cat, damn it!" He yelled as he teleported in front of me, but didn't attack me as I held the familiar in a parody of his earlier actions, with the demonic cat struggling in my hierro-covered arms. Superman and Wonder Woman both flew over here and hesitated to see the more normal non-demonic visage of Klarion as he cautiously stood in front of me. You know, in hell I learned of some interesting things. One of the things I learned was how multidimensional entities like you are immortal. Expecting a punch or lower-tier non-conceptual magic to kill or subdue you is like expecting a single ant to destroy a planet. Basically, impossible in all circumstances, in other words. If know that. Now then, give me my cat, or I will skin you alive and use your ageless body as a rug to adore your skin when I tack it to my wall. He yelled, with his crimson energy melting the ground to lava in his fury. But he didn't advance on me. He didn't dare advance on me as I pet the frothing mad demonic cat's head in my arms. But the thing is, for a higher being to lower themselves to our reality, they obviously need a little something. They need an anchor or something to act as a gateway here. I wasn't just monologuing for nothing, as when Klarion roared and flooded the surroundings with chaos energies, I wanted Superman and Wonder Woman to understand why I was going to do what I will do now. Snap! With one hard flex of my superhuman body, the cat within my arms violently twitched before stiffening. Klarion then screamed in pain as his body was consumed in chaotic flames, and like a glitching screen began flickering like a light bulb, and then with one final flicker he disappeared into nothingness. Even as I dropped to the ground in exhaustion, I couldn't help but wonder one crucial detail. Where the hell is the rest of the team? I asked nobody, as Superman and Wonder Man had already flown off to help the people affected by the chaotic taint that spread during the battle.